Daniel Jacobs versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. Same manager, same trainer. From sparring to fighting, let's talk about it. Alright guys, we got Daniel Jacobs versus Sergey Derevyanchenko going down this weekend, guys, October the 27th. The time 10 p.m. Eastern on HBO. Guys, you got two guys that's very similar in age. Danny Jacobs is 31, Derevyanchenko is 32, but the records are different, guys. Danny Jacobs has 34 wins, 29 by knockouts, but he does have 2 losses, 1 by KO. And you look at someone like Sergey Derevyanchenko, he's 32 years old. He only has 12 fights, but 10 of them are knockouts. But he does have 400 plus amateur fights, guys. So, like I said, man, same manager, same trainer. Heck, they probably even gave each other tips on how to correct mistakes against, other opponents. So, to me, this is a very interesting matchup, man, especially when you got guys that they're in the gym together, even though they haven't fought to this point, even though the trainer said if it came down to it, he is going to go with Daniel Jacobs. They eyed each other. They looked at each other. They kind of seen weaknesses within each other, especially if they stepped inside that square circle and did a few rounds of sparring. You have no choice but to learn the great things and the mistakes the other person makes, which makes this matchup very intriguing. Now, I don't know what they name this, Jacobs versus Derevyanchenko. I don't know what they called it. Art of War. I have no idea. But to be honest, since they are so close to each other with, sharing so many things, it could have easily been Jacobs versus Derevyanchenko. Civil War. Or heck, a family feud. But listen, man, when it comes down to it, this is a fight. This is for the strap, guys. This is for the not vacated, but stripped from Triple G IBF title, guys. One of these guys at the end of this fight will have a belt, and the other, well, you guessed it, will result to wearing the shorts with the drawstrings or possibly suspenders. But let's get to it, guys. Let's get a breakdown on this. Sergey Derevyanchenko, what does he do well? What does he do wrong? Let's talk about it. And remember to smash that like button, guys, and also subscribe. I'm giving you this live action while I am on my mini break from work. So it is live, even though YouTube is going to make me record it and upload it. But let's talk about it. All right, so in my eyes, guys, Sergey Derevyanchenko, no, he does not have the flashy footwork like Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather or even Terence Crawford, these guys that can really work the ring. But man, he does have those little sneaky angles, man. Sneaky angles to get in shots, sneaky angles to get out of shots. And he roll shots very well. Another thing that really stands out with me from Derevyanchenko, one of the things that I like a lot is he will bang that body, man. Hooks to both sides, pow, pow. And he has a very sneaky overhand right, which will come into play in this fight. Because, guys, if you have not seen yet them guys in person or any pictures, trust me, I'm pretty sure I'm going to put a lot of pictures of them guys up on here. Danny Jacobs has a significant, in my eyes, height advantage, and an overhand right works very well against a taller fighter. If it's thrown right, it comes over their shoulder. They do not see it unless it's too late, and by that time, bam! All right, guys, let's talk about Daniel Jacobs, man. One of the things I see that this guy does very well is that jab, man. He jabs, gets into position to land that really good power punches, and guys, that leads right into the next thing is power. Yes, he has power. 34 wins, 29 knockouts. There is no denying that this guy has power and also a killer instincts. The one thing I don't like sometimes, but it does work in his favor, is sometimes he would trade punches and do a little smack talking like, come on. But when you're working with these bigger hitters, sometimes it can pay the price. But until now, he traded punches with Triple G, and he lived to tell the story. Combination punches, man. I love the way that Danny Jacobs get them combination punches off. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he works upstairs and downstairs to the body, which is that body work. And another thing he does to find different angles, different shots, and also to confuse you is he will switch from southpaw to orthodox. Guys, so take time while I get out of my car. Remember, I am live on break and walking back to my building. But we are not done, guys. So let's see what's next. Well, let's talk about keys to victory. Well, if I was Sergey Derevyanchenko, the one thing I would definitely do, man, early on and often, get to Danny's body. Slow down the faster fighter. Slow down the hard hitter. If you get to his body early on, it will pay great dividends when you get to those round 6, round 7. You slow that guy down, slow his footwork down, slow his power down, allow his hands to drop a little bit more from fatigue and cover up to that body that you've been banging. Also, even though he's shorter, he has to jab his way in. And I'm talking about not one. If you throw one jab, he's going to get crisscross countered into tomorrow. He needs to throw 2 or 3 of those jabs and also be slipping as he come in. Now with Danny Jacobs, man, the key thing with Danny Jacobs is the guy is smaller. You know, you have to control the distance. How do you control the distance? You have to use your jab. And Danny Jacobs needs that jab pumping in his face. 1 jab, 2 jabs, 3 jabs, 4 jabs. And you have to force Derevyanchenko to try to come in, take those risks to come in. And then when he does, hit him with the entire mothership. If he stands, if he falls, he'll definitely remember. He'll think twice about coming in again. But guys, there it is. This is your boy T Dub, Blazing the Sports. If I have to give the edge to someone, I will give the edge to Danny Jacobs. It could be a great fight, really good fight. I am more interested, honestly, in the later rounds, assuming it goes to the later rounds, because when these guys both start to get tired, like I said, Derevyanchenko does not have great footwork. He's not going to run around. He's going to use angles, but he's going to be there for you. And Daniel Jacobs will slow down. He will stop moving around, and he will engage into trading punches more often. And when these guys trade punches, and when Danny Jacobs said, "Come on," and the crowd is cheering, and we will remember, we got our money's worth. It's T-Dub. What's Blazing the Sports? We are here live.